Hey everybody, I am so glad that you are here with me on this Tuesday. Welcome. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight for these live astrology readings. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I'm your astrologer. I specialize in traditional Western and evolutionary astrology. I am excited to share this and connect it deeply with your ever evolving soul's path. I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and for sharing. So I'm really excited about tonight's live session because we now have several things happening. We have the last of the outer planets, Uranus, now moving into the sign of Gemini. We are approaching a Mercury retrograde. We have this beautiful trine in the sky. And so I am ready to show you on all of your charts. I do have a quick note. If you're ready for deeper insight, definitely check out my Patreon. You can check it out for 1 week free trial membership. I do offer 2 free lives that will be this Sunday, and this one will be on numerology and symbolism. So if you're ready to go deeper, I offer private consultations. And if you're ready for a reading tonight, use the QR code down below or the link down below for a $40 PayPal donation. And I need your exact date, time, and your location of birth. All right, so let me pull up our chart and let's talk about where things are going. And let me see who all is in the queue. Hey, Roseanne, how are you? Super excited that you are here. I would love to know where everybody is at. I'm coming from the great state of Ohio, where we are experiencing this like heat dome right now. And I will be here until the middle of October. So excited about that. Would love to know where you're from and your sun, moon, and rising, your top 3. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky. We just had Uranus shift into the sign of Gemini. It's going to be here for a little over 7 years, so we're just like rounding it to 8 years. So Uranus is like a lightning bolt. It's thoughts and ideas and communication that come to us quickly. So if over the past 2 days you have noticed that your mind is racing, that you just can't keep track of all of the downloads, all of the information, Uranus is the sign that connects things through electricity. So think about email, phone, text, computers, AI, science, technology. All of these things are going to be escalating at a rapid pace. And in the sign of Gemini, it's duality, going off in multiple directions. So it's a lot to keep track of. It is in a harmonious aspect with Saturn and Neptune, which is in the sign of Aries. Both of Neptune has just started its retrograde, and Saturn will be retrograding in like another week or so. And so Saturn rules our foundations. It has the rings around it. So I always say it's like our foundation of moving forward with things that we want to grow over a longer period of time, like our goals and the mountain that we want to climb. Neptune represents our dreams. Now Pluto stays in a sign for about 20 years. So all 3 of these, I don't know if you can see this, so I'm going to highlight this. These are forming this trine. And so trines, this is a sextile between these 2, and then this is a trine here. They're all pointing to transformation, rapid transformation. Now the thing about this is Neptune and Saturn, they're going to take a few minutes, and actually they're going to take a few months. They are going to slowly start retrograding, and the goal of that is to review, reprocess, realign, because Uranus is going to move at a very fast pace. Pluto always wants to transform. It's in a fellow air sign. So Pluto wants to deconstruct in order to build something up on a stable foundation. And Saturn and Neptune are wanting to do this, but needing more time to process this. Now at the same time, in 2 days, on Thursday, on the 10th, we have our sun in Cancer. So the sun is where we radiate in the sign of Cancer: home, family, security, money, resources. What we need in order to be secure is going to be in reflecting its light on and creating a full moon in the sign of Capricorn. this is important because full moons always bring about endings, closures, and culminations. And the full moon is in the sign of Capricorn, which Saturn rules. So we know that this is adding another layer to what's going on. I want to add one more aspect of what's going on here. We have Mercury. Mercury's in the sign of Leo. Leo is like the lion, and it's about us having pride and then having taken care of our pride. Now, when Mercury stations retrograde, and remember, Mercury rules over Uranus. So I'm trying to tie the whole story in. Mercury says, we need to go back and we need to rethink some things here. Review, revise, reconnect, realign. We are moving at a very fast pace, and I'm unable to keep track of all this and keep up with this. So I need to slow down and pause in some areas of my life. And so all of this is telling a story about just the next week or so. So I appreciate you all being here. So let me dive into my very first person. Oh, and let me check in the queue, see who all is here. Oops, I don't know what the heck that was. Hey, Roseanne. Yeah, very hot. Oh, Catskill Mountains in New York. I'm telling you, this heat dome is like everywhere. And oh, you're a Cancer, a Virgo rising, and moon in Aquarius. Hey, team Virgo rising, me too. So this Mercury retrograde is definitely going to hit you. Hey, Jill, watching it from Florida. I will be in Florida in just a few weeks for a short little visit, and then back in November and December. One of my favorite places to go to. Hey, Peace Seekers, so glad that you're here. Also, Venus in Gemini. So since your Venus is in Gemini, then Uranus is going to be activating it during this next 8 year. Oh, and then you're having a Venus return. I love this for you. Great. Hey, Kathy, you are in upstate New York near Syracuse, Gemini, Virgo rising. There's a lot of Virgo risings in the house. Libra moon, and you've been feeling the Uranus move for about a week already. I totally agree, because anybody who has that Virgo energy, it rules over Gemini and the Virgo houses, and Mercury is just like scattered minds, like having to either take a nap or meditate or yoga or something in order to ground. And I'm being conscious with taking care of my health, because this is really an intense time. Hey, Odelia. So glad that you are here, Toronto, Canada. Sending love across the border there. So glad that you're here. And hello from warm Arizona. Terry, I cannot wait to be back out in Arizona. I plan on being out there, January. I'll be back out there in January. So looking forward to that. Hey, Elvina. Leo here. I'm a Leo also. Virgo moon and rising. I love your top 3. All right, so super excited that everybody's here. Let me pull up some charts and see who is first in the queue. All right, let me do a bi-wheel. Let's see here. All right. All right, so let's dive in. First off, Melinda, thank you for allowing me to look at your chart. I always want to say thank you to everybody first for allowing me to dive into it, because it is sacred geometry. It is literally sacred information about your personal life, and it allows me to dive in deep and say, hey, what's going on with you? So the first thing I notice is that you're having a nodal return. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but nodal returns they happen once every 18 years. It's huge. It's where the universe literally picks you up and aligns you again where you're off track. Your nodal return happens to be, so the south node is what we need to release and let go of. It's at the bottom of your chart, which represents home and family and responsibilities at home. And how do I let go of perfectionism or the need to be perfect or to do everything perfect or to meet everybody's needs? Because Virgo is the caretaker. Virgo is the sign that comes at the end of the season of like fall, and we don't waste our garden. We can it, we freeze it, we do something else with it. It has this strong desire to not let anything go to waste. Now with your north node in Pisces is, I want to support others. I want to be of service to others. I want to dive into my intuition, my feelings, and be at one with the universe. And it's about connecting with a broader perspective. The top of your so the bottom of your chart's like a cradle, and the top is our home, or the bottom is our home. The top of our chart is our career, our job, our responsibility, our legacy. And in the sign of Pisces, remember Pisces dissolves and it has things wash away. But then if you think of yourself as a jellyfish, it brings the what you're supposed to have to you. And so I remember when I had my nodal return not that long ago. It was intense, and I mourned the things that I was losing before I lost them, because I knew that I would never come back to them. And then I had to say, thank you, universe, for providing. And I didn't know what it was going to provide. I just knew that I needed to be open to the experience. So I'm sending you love as you navigate this. I also want to talk about Uranus. Now, you're going to be having a Venus return. So Venus and Venus, and it'll be happening here in the next few weeks. Venus is actually the first one that activated this trine. So I'm going to connect it all with the lines. So these planets are all talking to each other. And so Uranus is going to be in your first house for the next 8 years. Uranus, shock, surprise about what you are evolving and growing into. Gemini is the duality. Mind is racing, mind is spinning, like probably can't sleep at night. There's a lot going on with a lot of information, a lot of downloads. It represents email, phone, text, computer, AI. And so it will be evolving, changing, and growing who you are over the next 8 years. And the goal of this is to surrender, and the goal is to stay on top of the wave. Now you have Neptune. Neptune is the planet of dreams and illusion and faith. And then Saturn is the planet of building something that is sustainable over a longer period of time. Now these two together, they're actually going to meet up at 0 on February 14th. So you can mark that date on your calendar. But currently they're together, but they're moving, like Neptune is moving backwards and Saturn's going to be moving backwards real soon. They're going to move into your career sector. It's saying, I need to go back, I need to revise, rethink, I need to do something with something that has to do with something from top down. This could be authority figures, a boss, this could be responsibilities, but it's going to go back. It'll be September, October, November. And then they're going to start going forward again, knowing that I feel like I have to go back to the drawing board in order, like take 2 steps back in order to do 3 steps forward, or whatever that analogy is. It's literally about going back to finish some things before I move forward. And the moving forward will begin on February 14th. Now, what's also aligning with it is Pluto. Pluto is in the house of higher learning, education, colleges, universities. It's publishing, it's legal matters. Now, Pluto here, it transforms everything. It says, I have to be open to new ideas, science, technology, all of these topics, because it's going to take the old standards and say, that is no longer sustainable, and now I need to have something that's more sustainable, something that I can build upon that has to do with more current things. Now I'm going to add one more thing in here, and I'm hoping I'm not confusing you with any of this. Actually, I'm going to add 2 things. You are going to have you are going to have a full moon. Now, the full moon is going to happen in 2 days. The sun is illuminating your second house. This is what I need in order to feel safe and secure. So you're literally looking over money, bills, family, home, your skill set, your talents, where the full moon is in your 8th house of your shared resources. The 8th house is also the house of debt and the house of sex and taboo topics. It's the house where we are intertwined with other people, places, and things, like alimony and child support. And so there will be something that will be revealed over the next few days that is a culmination, that is an ending. It's like it's seeing something that you didn't have all the pieces, and now you're going to be able to see the full picture and say, oh, I get it. That makes sense. All right, and now I'm going to add the last thing in. Okay, so Mercury. Mercury is important because it rules your chart, like who you are and your home. So we know that it still is going back to who you are and your home, your foundation, your traditions, your roots, your family, your ancestry, all of those things. Now Mercury is in your third house of communication. This is the house of how I take in information and how I disseminate it and share it with other people. It's thoughts and ideas, it's classes and coursework. It's where we have our voice heard. Now, Mercury is going to station retrograde. Let me look at the degrees here. It will station retrograde covering 4 to 15 degrees. 4 to 15. Now, that will be in a harmonious aspect to your first house of self, saying, I am going to go back over things that I've said, things that I've written, emails and documents that have come in to me. I'm going to review, revise, rewind, reconnect, realign, restructure. This could mean realignment of those things in your life. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you, because it's a lot pointing you in the direction of centered around you and what are you doing first to take care of yourself before you nurture and care for other people, and feeling like you're this waitress and you have all of the plates are full and you're not using any of the plates to eat off of or take care of yourself. And so make sure that you are practicing self-care and positive self-affirmations and working on healthy things for yourself. And because you got a lot going on in your 12th house, so I know that you have the repeating thoughts. I'm saying that with love because I also have a lot going on in my 12th house, so we share that, sister. Sending out some love for that. All right, so okay, I'm going to get rid of all this and throw in one more piece of great advice. Great news. Because I color code, so you'll be able to see it. Light blue is in a trine with light blue, Libra. You have your natal Uranus in Libra. You're always trying to find this healthy balance. You're always trying to be the peacemaker, make everybody happy. You are going to be having a Uranus trine Uranus. This disruption is not meant to break you. This disruption is meant for freedom and liberation, to bring you back to that youthful self. So think back to when you were younger. Like, think about the rebel, because that's what Uranus is. Uranus is the rebel, and it wants to go out and yeah. All right. I'm sending you love. All right. So hopefully all of this makes sense to you. And let me see who is next in the queue, or if this makes sense to you. Yeah. All right. Let me look in the queue. All right. So, Bright Light, Becca Boo, so glad that you are here. By the way, thank you for the tip. I absolutely love it. Because when people, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. When people leave a tip through YouTube, do you know that they take a third of it? They take a third of it. And it's kind of stinky. And you added yours on to the PayPal, which is, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's see. All right, so Becca Boo, let's talk about you. So you, I'm going to start circling. Let me know if I go too fast. I think you'll be able to keep up because you are a frequent flyer. So you just had Uranus move into your 11th house. Uranus is the, it's connection to other people, places, and things. The 11th house represents your connections to social groups, star family. It's your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and people, places, and things that you network with, either for personal or for professional, in order to get to where you want to be. And so this is your mind spinning all of these opportunities. I absolutely love this for you. this is in a harmonious aspect with Saturn and Neptune in your ninth house of wanting to experience new things, like cross-cultural experiences, visas, passports, publishing, legal things. And then we're going to add in Pluto. Now, Pluto is sitting on top of your personal Venus. So I absolutely love this for you. Pluto says we need to transform this in your house of partnership. If you are Leo rising, your partnership sector is Aquarius. Like, let your freak out. Like, that is you. You have a very eclectic network of people that are either friends or business partners or significant others or clients, or Aquarius thinks outside the box. And so it's wanting to connect. That's what you search out and what you work well with. Now, Pluto is going to ask you to transform all of these connections that you have with these people, saying, okay, we need authentic, we need real, what does this look like? And all of it is pointing to the Neptune Saturn. Now, Neptune and Saturn are going to be dipping back into your eighth house. What is that? September, October, November. Now, as they do this, this will be a serious dip back into I'm looking at this as the eighth house rules fear and it rules control, lack of, or wanting to have control, wanting to overcome fear. It's the house where you are invested monetarily wise or emotionally or physically or spiritually or sexually with somebody else. And so it's you saying, where do I allow fear to control me? Or how do I overcome this? Or what power do I yield over other people? And so keeping that in line and in check. I want to talk about the full moon. And so the sun is in your 12th house. I need rest. I need to meditate. You have Jupiter there for the next year. I love this because this is getting major downloads and connecting to divine spirit, Yahweh, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever it is that you believe in. It's connecting to a spiritual realm other than the earthly realm. Now, the full moon is occurring in your sixth house, the opposite house, in the sign of Capricorn. Saturn rules it. So we know that something is coming to an ending, a culmination, or something is going to be revealed that has to do with your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. The sixth house is where we kick a bad habit, or it's where we go to seek out a counselor or a mentor or a guide, or alternative healthcare and healing practices. So we know that something will be revealed in order for you to work through this. Now, one more thing I'm going to add in is Mercury. This is important because Mercury is in your first house of who you are. I always say that the first house has to do with your business card, your website, your it's who you present to the world. It's who you are authentically. It's how you show up. And as a Leo is unapologetically themselves. They they want to roar. And so it's having your voice be heard and fun and joy and play. Now, Mercury here rules over thoughts, ideas, communication, and travel. And it rules your second house of money and your 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals. So we know that we're going to add that into a story to say, maybe you redo your wardrobe, maybe redo your finances. This has to do with you going back and looking at your own personal assets, your goals, what do you want to accomplish, and where are you in the process of. I would encourage definitely like going back and, like cleaning out the closet and saying, looking at some old pictures and saying, yeah, I loved when my hair was this way, or I'm going to clean out all these outfits and this is what I want to wear now. Or it could be an upgrade or a change into how you want to be identified. I would discourage from a tattoo or anything that would be permanent. I would also discourage against anything that would have to do with like a surgery or something that would be major to yourself. Not that I have anything to do with medical, but remember, it has to do with you. And it's you rethinking, reviewing, revising all of these things. All right, so Becca Boo, send in your love. And my intuitive for this, I'm going to throw out, because you asked for it, I brought my cards. Oh, girlfriend, let's talk about this. All right. Where are we? How do I block my camera. I struggle to see myself on the camera, so I block everything. So all I can see are the charts. All right, we have the 10 of Swords. I like the 10 because 10s are endings. And then you add it together, and the 1 and the 0 become a 1. So the 10 of Swords represents, literally it represents bad dreams, stress, and anxiety, and having to release and let go of these things in your life. These swords are swords that other people cannot see. Each one of my cards represents a story from my own life. So this represents the inner scars of something that you are going through that nobody else sees it, but you are feeling it. And then I see it, I feel it, I identify it. And because it's a 1, the 1 means I know that it's me, and there's a person, place, or thing that I either need to limit or have a boundary with in order to get rid of, in order to have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. This card always represents that I'm giving my best to move forward, and I'm kind of struggling, and nobody else is seeing the struggle. And so I'm sending you my best, my friend, as you navigate. There we go. As you navigate this journey. And thanks for being here. All right, sending hugs, girlfriend.
She had a comment.
Oh, I did not see the comment. I'm going to... You're going to a shamanic healer group on Sunday? Oh my gosh. This aligns perfectly with the 9th house is the house of like connecting to spirit, divine, like other... So when I have things going on in the 9th house, this represents me going to a drumming festival or a sweat lodge, or me wanting to connect to something not traditional. And this is exactly what you should be doing. And it will transform the people that you are connected with. And then when you come out, you're never the same. It literally opens up your mind. I'm so excited for you. I am like super excited. And leave it there. Like leave all that negativity there. I have a friend who's a shamanic healer, and it's literally collecting pieces of ourselves that we've left behind in order to be whole again. So send in your love. Just send in your love. You'll have to let me know, like when you get back, how it goes. All right. Thanks. All right. Let me see who is next in the queue. Thanks, Octavia, for being here. Takes me a hot second to write this in. I'm always slow and steady because, our birthdays are near each other. But not the year. I'm much older. I appreciate you sharing your chart with me and trusting me with this sacred information. So let's take a look. Hey, Octavia. Let's see here. Oh, mother. Hold on. Okay. I got it. Let me pull up the bi wheel. All right, Octavia, let's have a little chit chat. All right, so Cancer rising. I should have done, okay, I love this, love this. Okay, let's have a little talk. Okay, because you're Cancer rising, I'm going to start with the full moon. You have Jupiter that just entered into your sign for the next year. This is such a blessing. The Jupiter is the largest planet. Like all the other planets could fit inside of it. We think of it as the Santa Claus of the zodiac. It literally takes all of the hits. The asteroids hit it before they hit Earth. And so it brings blessings and opportunities. And so if anything was going to be negative, it's not quite as bad. So Jupiter wants to expand. This could mean literally you gaining more muscle, people seeing you. This could be The first house, I always look at it as your business card, your website. It's who you're presenting to the world. And so this could definitely allow more people to see who you are. Remember that you are ruled by the moon, so your feelings are like every other day are going up and down. Now you're going to be having a full moon in 2 days. It's going to be in your partnership sector. It's going to be sitting smack dab on top of Uranus. You have Uranus in the sign of Capricorn. So if the first house is you, the partnership sector is Capricorn, meaning I, Octavia, look for partners who can withstand the test of time, that are solid and stable and reliable in your life. You have Uranus there. Uranus is the maverick. It's shock. It's surprise. It's like, didn't see that coming. And so you're going to be having this full moon. Remember, full moons, they bring about endings, closures, and culminations. We don't see it clearly. The sun is radiating with you, and then at a full moon we see things that were once hidden. So there can be endings to a contract, a negotiation, a partnership, and it could be natural. Like there could be a best friend that moves away, or a client that no longer needs your service, but they bring about endings or culminations. Now I'm going to add in more. You have Uranus just dipping into your 12th house. Uranus is like explosive downloads of information. It's going to ask you to dip into your innermost thoughts, ideas of your private life. The 12th house is dreams, intuition, psychic ability, astral travel, astral projection. It's what we do in solitude. And so it's going to be opening you up to all kinds of experiences and opportunities. It's going to be in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in your 8th house. Pluto, I'm gonna put this into a story because it's pretty intense for you. Uranus going into your 12th house is an 8-year cycle, like you diving into your psyche, your unconscious for the next 8 years, and wanting to uncover things and wanting to connect things and doing things privately that can explore those realms. Pluto is going to be in your 8th house for the next 20 years. Now, the 8th house is the house of where you are connected with other people, places, and things. Alimony, child support, debt, like when people pass away, wills, it's business partners. It is, it's the house of sex, and it's the house of power and control, where you have it or you lack it. And it's in a harmonious aspect with Neptune and Saturn at the top of your chart. You building something, I would think that this would be like as a counselor or something that you would be working with people in order to first dive into your own story in order to help others understand theirs. Because Saturn at the top of your chart wants to build something that's sustainable. Usually, okay, Aries is entrepreneurial, like yourself, and Neptune is what you're dreaming. And so what this is doing is these are working together on these hidden aspects that we don't see, that, and it's using these things together for your career, your job, your legacy, your reputation. Now, September, October, November, these two, they're going to station retrograde. Actually, Uranus is going to retrograde also. And so they're all in unison going to take a step back. When they take a step back, they say, okay, we've acquired enough information. These two are going to step back into your 9th house. Does that mean travel? Does that mean expanding your mind with a class, a workshop, like something that has to do with experiences of higher learning? And then it will move forward. And on February 14th, it's the moving forward and the connection of the spark. I'm going to add one more thing. Hopefully this doesn't muddy the water here too much. Mercury. Mercury is going to station retrograde here real soon. It's in your 2nd house of your money, cash, property, talent, skill set. So if you're looking to set up a business, or I wish I knew exactly what you did, but Mercury here has you looking at all of your bills, all of your resources, your talents, and saying, I need to go back over this. I need to skinny this up. I need to be crystal clear on what do I need in order to be secure, because there's a lot coming coming together, and Mercury stationing retrograde is I need to have my contracts, everything in alignment, things that you are creating. Mercury will say, we need to slow down and pause before we get all of this in order to move forward at the end. I'm hoping all of that makes sense. So Octavia,
she's the one you're
Octavia, what is the,
reading her now.
is it,
She's not in the message.
oh, she's not in them. Okay. Well, Octavia, I'm hoping that all of this makes sense to you. And I greatly appreciate you trusting me. And whatever it is that you are starting and manifesting, like this is going to be absolutely, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited for you. So thank you. Thank you for sharing and allowing me. Let me move this over and let me see who is next in the queue. Okay. Hey, Georgia. I appreciate you waiting patiently.
The edit by OC was Octavia.
Oh, then I'm going to go back and read it. Okay. Okay. Yep. London, England. Okay, give me a hot second here.
She just retracted it.
Okay. Okay, Georgia. Let's have a little look.
She's off.
Okay. Hey, Georgia, how are you doing? All right. All right, and I do not see the last person in the chat, so it's okay. My goal is always to deliver the message and for you to receive it, and you can always hit me up later. I understand not wanting to put things in the chat. I completely understand that. All right, so Georgia, let's have a little chat about what is going on with you. All right, so first off, your Virgo rising. I don't know how much you know about your chart. So Virgo risings, they're ruled by Mercury. Not only that, I'm going to start with the nodes. You have your south node in your first house and your north node in your seventh house. So the south node, what do I want to release? What do I want to let go? Virgo is perfectionism, OCD tendencies, always wanting to like have everything in order and structured and detailed. And it's about let go, let flow, and allowing yourself to be in the moment, to appreciate where you are, and not always be on, not always like be the one who's in charge, be the worker bee. And so the south node in Pisces is learning to flow with the energy, learning to just accept with where you are and trust that the universe is going to bring what is meant to be for you. Now it's in your partnership sector, so it will bring in unique people, places, and things to you. This could be business partners, it could be significant others, it could be clients. The seventh house is where we negotiate contracts, and it's where it's the other. So it will be all other people that you are working with in your life. So let me dive in more. I am going to get rid of this because I don't want to muddy it up. So you just had Uranus move into your career sector. Absolutely huge. So Uranus, it's going to activate all of these planets over the next 7.5, almost 8 years. So the sign of Gemini usually means 2 jobs, 2 careers, 2 legacy. It's like duality in your thoughts. It's doing 2 different things. And Uranus brings in AI, science, technology. It brings in phone, email, text. It brings in all forms of, think about like electricity, and think about different kinds of advancements And how do you use that to advance your career, job, responsibility, legacy? Now, this is in a harmonious aspect. Oh, you're having a Saturn return. You're going to be having your first Saturn return. Okay. I don't know how much you know about Saturn returns. They come at, we generally have, if we live long enough, 3 of them. The first one comes when we're about 28, 29, 30. A Saturn return is when Saturn comes to the same place as it is in our birth chart from where we were born with it. And these come at pivotal moments in our life where we feel the angst of, I have to make a decision here. I have to grow up. Saturn has these rings around it. It's karma. It's responsibility. Think of it as a father or a teacher or somebody who just says, do it again, do it again, do it again until you do it right. And then there's I knew you could do it. Now let's move on. Saturn sets these bars. And if you don't work hard enough for it, Saturn doesn't reward. Saturn gives you the potential that you work towards. And it wants to reward, but it wants you to work for it. It wants you to earn it. It just doesn't give things away free. Your Saturn is in Aries. Aries is I. It is the person. It is you. And so Saturn in Aries in your 8th house. Your 8th house represents where you are connected with other people through debt, or through deep psychological connections. This could be family members. This could be through trauma. This could be through business partners or a life partner, or it's the house of sexuality. This is the house of connection, and where we have power, we want power. There's control. Who has control over you? Who has given up control, and the need for a balance of those things in your life. Having your first Saturn return is a time to mature, grow up, and say, I need to pick a path for the next 28, 29, 30 years to build my life upon with the structures that you have created. And up to this point, you've had all of your life lessons the first time, and now you're going to get them again. And so, you'll be able to see them better the second time, and hopefully it's like making better choices. You're also having Pluto, which is sitting on top of your Uranus. Let's talk about that. So Pluto is the planet of birth, death, and rebirth, transformation. It's the planet of wanting to tear down a structure that's just not working, that's not sustainable. You have Uranus in the sign of Aquarius naturally here. This means the 6th house is your daily life of taking care of yourself. And it's not having a traditional health and well-being practices. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's tapping, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's sound therapy, maybe it's tuning forks. I don't know what it is for you. I'm just pulling off of my own, but it means that yours are different and are unique. It also means this is where you search out you're like a counselor or a mentor or a guide. Now Pluto is here saying your health sector of your life is now going to be completely restructured and shook up from the bottom up for the next 20 years. It means needing to build sustainable health structures for yourself. You got a bad habit? Pluto will make you get rid of it. Pluto will say, we are not able to sustain ourselves doing this. The 6th house is also not just like our mental and physical health and well-being, but it's the service that I give to others. Pluto will say, are you giving too much to others with no reciprocity? Pluto will say there needs to be fair and equitable balance, because the 6th house is the house of the indentured servant or slavery. And Pluto will say we need to restructure this part of our life. Now these 3, they're all working together, and they're all saying, hey, let's transform. And the focus is going to be right here, and it will manifest itself on February 14th of 2026. So this is a beautiful process but it's deep, it's intense, and it's personal for you. And what are you going to use for a career or legacy, reputation? These are all going to slowly retrograde this fall, and then they'll be back on February 14th. And it's like shock and surprise of things that you will uncover and understand. I do want to throw one more thing out there, and that would be Mercury. Mercury is your chart ruler, and Mercury rules over your first house of your identity, and it rules over your career sector. When Mercury stations retrograde in the 12th house, the 12th house is our dreams and our intuition. It's our fears. The 12th house is what governs our it's the house of isolation, where we go to say, I need to tune out from the outside world because it is so loud, and I need to tune into me and what I'm receiving, the downloads, the information. And so the 12th house is our worst fears, imposter syndrome. It's also where we carry karma from one life to another, or that broken record where we tell ourselves things. When Mercury stations retrograde, we are able to break that chain, break that cycle, relieve ourselves from some of these habits, some of these thoughts, some of these ideas, in order to move forward with a healthy mindset. So we know that it has to do with you, and it has to do with your career, and it has to do with you going within. And this could be also Mercury rules contracts, negotiations, things that you write. It's also travel. So know that there might be delays within those topics, those areas of your life. So Georgia, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Sending you love, my friend. You got a lot going on. I'm excited for you. All right. So I don't see anything in the chat, so I am going to move on. Hey, Missy from Sacred Journey. Glad that you are here. Let me pull you up. All right. First off, I want to say thank you for trusting me, because I believe that your birth information is sacred geometry, and it really is like a window into your soul. I'm almost done here. Great. All right, let me see if I have all the information. I wish I were quicker at this. I wasn't sure what all you needed. It's my live. Yay. Okay, Missy, let's take a little look at you. And let me see if you had any specific questions, or if I have free reign to move around. So thank you so much. It's your first live reading with me. Yay! So glad that you are here. Okay, great. I can take my time and I can just like roam around your chart. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot my question. I'm sorry. I'd like to know if I'm starting my new business. Oh, come on. Artesian jewelry and oils is something I should be doing in the next 3 months. Oh, wow. I love this. Okay. I love, let's dive into this. Oh, I forgot to bring the chart over. Hold on. There we go. All right. So you are ruled by the moon. You are a Cancer rising. I don't know how much you know about your astrology, but know that the moon, literally, you change your mind like every 2.5 days. That's my husband's phone. So sorry. He's going to turn it on mute. I need to compose myself. Hold on. I'm going to go back. You are ruled by the moon, and every 2.5 days, the moon changes signs. That's why you are in touch with your feelings, your intuition, and like you ebb and you flow. Now, I want to add in that every time there's an eclipse, actually every time there's a full moon or a new moon, you should be setting those intentions at new moon. And full moons, they always bring about closures. This, my friend, this is a nodal return. I am so excited for you. This literally started last fall. A nodal return, it happens once every 18 years. I color code my charts so you'll be able to see that Cancer is water, it's blue, and it's in a harmonious aspect with your ninth house. So if the first house is you, then the ninth house is you with learning, publishing, studying, cross-cultural experiences, legal matters. And so if you go back to last fall and you said, all right, what was the first thing that was activated in your chart that you are releasing and letting go of? Virgo. Virgo is perfectionism. It's neighbors, siblings, cousins for you with things that happen close to home. And I, Missy, need to start thinking bigger globally. Connection to other people, places, and things. I have my North Node in the ninth house also. When I had my nodal return for this, I said, I'm going to take this very seriously. I'm going to study. I'm going to dive into all these classes, workshops. I'm going to travel there. I want to explore and understand world views, not just close to home. And so this is you wanting to connect. This is on a bigger scale. I absolutely love this because a nodal return is adjusting you where you were off track and you're not done. So then you also had another set of eclipse, in March, April, and then you're going to be having another set, hold on. So think back to March 14th and March 29th, and then you're going to have another set on September 7th and September 21st. Those are huge pivotal times. Look at the 6 weeks prior to the eclipse dates, and then you will start to feel it and notice the signs of what is changing, what is evolving, what is growing. The south node is what we release and let go. The north node is the direction in which we go to. Literally, your life will feel faded because new things come in and you can't get back to the old. Like once it's gone, it's gone. That's what the eclipses with nodal returns do. They course correct you where you're off. Knowing that, let me get rid of that. You have, where's Uranus? Hold on. Uranus dipping into your 12th house. Uranus going into your 12th house is going to have you focused on everything, connection to the spiritual realm, astral travel, astral projection. It's connection to people, places, and things that can only be contacted like when you sit alone. Dreams. Uranus is going to be opening up opportunities for you, but it will be you being alone when you do it. So it could be like definitely working on this. Actually, I'm gonna loop this back to what you're starting. You wanting to start something. Absolutely. You had a new moon in Cancer, I believe it was just a few weeks ago. Having that new moon, it was conjunct your chart ruler. It was, I, Missy, need to start this. Jupiter's going to be in your first house for the next year. Uranus means in the 12th house is, this is where I'm going to go and sit alone to process everything, work through everything, because I need my quiet time. I have to tune out the world, and I know that my body doesn't lie, and what feels right, I will do. Knowing that Uranus is in a harmonious aspect with Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. Now, what I'm going to add one more layer to this. You have Pluto, and you have your Sun conjunct Venus in your 8th house. Sun conjunct Venus at 4 degrees. It's huge. The 8th house is where you are connected with other people. This could be investors. This is where you're going to invest your time, your effort, your energy. Now, this is the time for you to be doing all of the research about what do you want to do. Having Jupiter in your first house, that would be your business card, your website, your product line, getting everything in order. Uranus in your 12th house is tuning in and saying, how can I use this for healing purposes, connection to, look, I love crystals, I love oils. Who are you going to connect with in order to share these products? Like, let's talk. Then you're going to have Saturn. Saturn and Neptune are at the top of your chart. Neptune is now just currently retrograde. Neptune came in and said, this is my dream. I, Missy, want to become an entrepreneurial Aries energy in for a career, job, reputation, like things that I want to show with the world. Saturn came along and said, girlfriend, we have to have like goals, short, middle, and long-term goals in order to make this, in order to make it happen. Now, Neptune is going retrograde, saying, well, I really wanted all of this. How do I manifest this? How do I make this happen? Saturn and Neptune, Saturn's going to be retrograde here in the next couple of weeks. They're both going to slowly shift backwards, and so is Pluto, and so is Uranus. They're like in this trine, and they're moving forward, and then they're going to slowly move backwards. September, October, November, and then we have those eclipses in September. So it's saying you cannot not do what you want to do. And then they're going to slowly start to move forward again. February 14th, that's when everything should be completed, and Saturn and Neptune will be at 0 degrees. What I love about this is you have your Mars here at 0 degrees. 0 is considered an anaretic degree. It's never been done before. It's, I am going to, with fire, passion, and drive, go after this. I absolutely love all of this for you. I'm going to add one more thing in. You're going to have Mercury stationing retrograde in the next couple weeks here. Mercury is literally saying, I need to look at my cash, my property, my talents, my assets. The second house is, what do I own that I can look over, and it's rethink, revise, realign, revamp. This is in a harmonious aspect with the 10th house. It's fire, red. This is fire also. And so it's saying, I want to do this. I have to rethink some of these things. Who do I get to help me? How do I align with this? How do I make this happen? Now, what you start off with may not be what you finish with, but this is definitely a time of manifesting the magic. Missy, I'm excited for you. Like, make the magic happen. Make the magic happen, my friend. All right. Thanks, Missy. Let me look and see in there. All right. Hey, Neely's Garden. So glad that you are here. Let me pull up. My next person is Terry. Thanks, Terry, for waiting. And thank you, Jake Tate, for highlighting everything with so I can find it quicker. Alrighty. And there we go. All right, so enjoy tuning into live readings. Thanks. Okay, you're going to run an errand, and so that's okay. You're going to get the reading here. I will definitely know that you're not in the chat, but you will go back and you will listen later. So, okay, Terry, let's have a chat. Since you didn't ask a question, it gives me free reign to like roam around on your chart. I absolutely love this. So let's talk.
Missy made a comment.
Oh, and let me go back to Missy. Sorry. Okay, I am going to go back to Missy real quick. Sorry. Sacred Journey. I love the name Sacred Journey, by the way. There's so much. I'm so excited. Even more so now. Pretty much alone in this. Look, I know that you're alone, and you have Uranus in your 12th house of finding the support, but having to push forth and do this alone. Yeah, having Pluto in your 12th house is really going to you being cautious about who do you align your energy with, who do you connect with, how do you make that magic happen. But you do have this. You do have this. I'm excited for you. I'm excited. All right. Thanks, Missy. Thanks. All right. So, Terry, oh, my friend, like, I have not seen anything like this in a very long time. This is a huge stellium. Saturn, Mercury, Mars, South Node, and Jupiter, all in Aquarius. Like, that's a lot of air energy, like being out there and thoughts and ideas, and in a dark area of your life, of not being afraid to ask those questions, not being like, there's no topic that's probably that's probably that you're not afraid to answer or ask, which we would get along really well. Okay, so let me get rid of this. I want to talk about this and this and this and all of this. Okay, the nodes currently are in Virgo and Pisces. So the planets rotate one way and the nodes rotate the opposite way. And you are coming up to, in the next year, you're going to be having this nodal opposition. Things that you are starting now will be a review of the last 9 years of your life, of I have to go back and I have to realign some things. And the universe is going to be quick, hard and fast, bring back your past and move forward with your future. And with this huge stellium, that is you definitely moving in that direction of fear, control, where you're invested with other people, places, and things. Knowing that, let's talk about Uranus in your 12th house, and it's going to be in a harmonious aspect. Let me draw some lines here. So Uranus is the maverick. It's shock, surprise. It is like, I just didn't see it coming. It's Uranus's goal is always for us to have freedom and liberation. And in your 12th house, it's freedom and liberation from the chains that you have either brought with you into this reincarnation. If you don't believe into it, then what's been passed down from generation to generation. It's like the karma that you hold, or like, well, all the women in our family have this, or all the men in our family have this, or it's a passed down family trait. Uranus says, yeah, no, we're going to break that. We don't believe in that. We're going to we're going to break the chains and be the cycle breaker. Uranus in the 12th house is the connection to the spiritual realm through our personal unconscious. It's where we go to heal and to renew, and it brings quick ideas and downloads. It can literally open up a portal that you now have a latent talent that is like you are learning to control, like maybe astral travel, astral projection, or dream work, or anything that has to do with psychic abilities. It's in a harmonious aspect with Pluto. Pluto in your 8th house is transforming fear and saying, how do I release and let go of my fears, and how do I use that as my gift, as a facing it and saying, I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to move towards this. I'm not going to look at this as a hindrance. I'm going to look at this as my gift of my health and well-being, of power and control. And nobody has power and control over you. Now, what are you going to use this for? You have Neptune and Saturn at the top of your chart, which generally means like diving into some kind of entrepreneurship or leadership. Aries is the warrior. It's the one who wants to lead first. And so what are you, Terry, wanting to lead, wanting to move forward with? If it's not a job, then it's your reputation or it's a legacy. The top of your chart is what we are building, or authority figures see from us, or accolades. And the bottom of our chart is like the bowl that holds our foundation. Now, all of these are going to be working together. I'm going to add in a couple more things. You have the sun in your 1st house of your identity. I absolutely love this because this is you focused on your intuition, your feelings, your the 1st house is who you are and who you present to the world. But it is illuminating something that has to do with partnership. having this full moon in 2 days, it's going to be in your partnership sector. The partnership is you with everybody else. This could be a business partner, a best friend, a significant other, a client, contracts, negotiations, open enemies, exes. It literally is either personal or professional or collaborative. There's going to be some type of reveal or an ending or a culmination. This could be somebody moving away, somebody no longer needing your service, or you having a healthy boundary and saying, I know my value, know my worth, and this is not going to be acceptable anymore. Or wanting to talk things out. And so it's revealing something that was once hidden. I want to add one more thing in here is you are going to have Mercury. Mercury is going to station retrograde from 15 degrees to 4 degrees. So it's almost there. It's going to come really close to your south node, but it's going to stay in your second house. Mercury in your second house, Mercury rules over your 12th house, and it rules over your third house of communication. So think about classes and courses and things that you take at home, or cars, vehicles, technology, phone, computer, what is said, how you take in information, and your dreams. And so Mercury in your second house is things that you value, your money, your cash, your property, your resources. All of these things that belong to you, and you saying, these are all the things that I own. These are all the things that I need in order to be secure. So what are you working on? Are you reworking your budget? Are you reworking where you put your investments in? Are you saying, I need to clean out my closets. This is like way too much clutter here. Or reworking like your desk or things that you need. Do you need a new computer? Okay, I would say to everybody, don't wait until Mercury retrograde to do anything with your devices. Always back them up 2 weeks prior. There will still or can still be hiccups. Like, I'm ruled by Mercury. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be traveling during Mercury retrograde. I'm already expecting the plane to be late, so I'm just going to go with the flow. Know that when Mercury stations retrograde, it's a time for us to stop and pause and reflect on all of these topics that I just shared with you that are personal for you, with things that you are doing, or technology or communication, because it's you revising and reworking those things. So when Mercury does move forward, when it does station direct, you will then have a better handle on things. The reason planets station retrograde astrologically is for us to take a pause and say, we have been moving fast forward. We need to pause and process, take in, and acclimate so we can move forward at a healthier pace where everything is in order. And so I don't look at them as from a space of fear, but I do look at them and say, I need to use caution and work with the energy. So I'm really hoping that this all makes sense to you, and I'm hoping that you get all your errands run and you're able to follow along with this afterwards. All right, sending you hugs, my friend. So let me see here who is next in the queue. Well, hey, Dana.
It's 444, and then no.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
She leaves comments on YouTube.
Okay. Let me get the date. I love that you were born. I'm like in awe. I'm like 4:44 a.m. Like, I just did a post, or I'm preparing for a class to present on sacred numbers and numerology, and you can't make this up. Like, I absolutely love this for you. All right, so okay, I move on, but I'm in awe. I love this because you can't make it up. It's like divine. And what does that even mean? I love the numbers. All right, so, okay, so I'll read your comments. Okay. So let me find you in the queue. It's under 4. Okay, so you're not in the queue. Okay, that's okay. So, okay, so this gives me free reign to roam around and tell you a little bit about you. So first off, thank you. And again, love the birth time. Cannot make that up. A Virgo rising and you're having nodal opposition. Let's talk about this. Team Virgo. Okay. And you're a Virgo. Your north node is at 0 degrees. I don't know how much you know about, I'm going to circle a few things here. 0 degrees are considered aneretic degrees. They are, I have never done this before. You have your moon at 0. You have your nodes at 0. This is a lot of energy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love all of this. Okay. Nodal opposition. Let's just talk you and me. Dana, you and I are driving down the road and I'm in the passenger seat and it's a pretty small car and I say, start telling me about your life. And I tell you to start speeding up because you're having this nodal opposition and we start passing by some things and you say, well, this was, I used to do this. And I'm like, well, do you want to stop? Do you want to pick it up? Do you want to leave it in the trunk? Do you want to leave it in the back seat? Or should we focus on it? And you're like, and I'm like, yep, got to make a decision. It's got to be fast. And you said, I'm past that. I'm going to leave it in the past. Then we come up to something else. And you look at it and say, I like these people. I think I want to try to maintain this relationship. I'm like, okay, but know that nodal oppositions, they bring people, places, and things in and out of our life quickly. So we can put them in the back seat, but I don't know how much space they're going to take up. So we just keep on going. And then pretty soon the trunk is full, the back seat's full. And I'm like, Dana, what are we going to be focused on? Because the rearview mirror is this big and that's the past. And the windshield is this big. And you and I, we should be looking forward at the future. And so you are, since last fall, literally having a review of the last 9 years of your life and going back over, what do I want to take with me to move forward? What should I leave in the past? A lot of times people will have people, places, and things from their past reach back out to them or a connection to make sure, is that really what I want to leave in the past? There could be relationships, there could be habits, there could be things that you want to finish or things that just don't mean that much to you anymore. And it's like, I'm ready to leave this in the past. Now, the south node in the first house is I, Dana, need to let go of all the things that have to do with wanting to meet everybody else's needs and perfectionism and be of service to everybody else and always be on the go. And I can focus on others and who I want to be connected with. Having the north node in Pisces is watery, it's intuitive, it's psychic, it's dreamy. And it can sometimes mean that we want to connect with others. Usually when the north node goes in through somebody's 7th house, it usually means that it brings in lots of new people for them to connect with or test out of new partnerships. This is business partners, significant others, best friends, and these are also clients. This is the house of contracts and negotiations. It is literally on top of your Jupiter, expanding these people that it's bringing into your life. Use caution. Who do you want to take with you? And there will be many opportunities. Like the north node here is saying, I want to focus, or I need to focus on bringing in healthier people of a different vibration, people of a different connection. Knowing this, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to talk about Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto. Now, Pluto in your 6th house, Pluto is really going to transform how you show up for not only for yourself, but for others. Having Pluto in your 6th house is, remember that the 6th house is your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. And it's saying, Dana, you got to take care of yourself. You have to make yourself number one. You cannot do something for everybody else and put yourself on the back burner. The 6th house is the house of service to others, and it can be burnout. It can be working to, because it's the house that balances between home and career, and needing to have a healthy balance. And so what does that mean? Working from home or turning off my phone at a certain time. It means I need to focus on my daily habits, taking care of myself and making that a priority before I can show up and be of service to other people. And it means alternative healthcare practices and modalities. This is working with, let me connect all the lines here, your career and Saturn and Neptune here okay, I'm going to start off with Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn is the planet that has the rings around it, and it wants you to build something that is sustainable. And Neptune is what you dream. These two are trying to work together. They're trying to collaborate in your 8th house. The 8th house has to do with fears. It has to do with where we are connected to other people, where your money, your time, your energy is invested with other people. It could be from when you were a young child, or it could be a business partner or a life partner, or it could be debt, or like financial debt, emotional debt, psychological debt. It's where you are literally connected and merged with other people. Now, this is the house of power and control, lack of, wanting to have, and how do I heal? How do I transform? Uranus is at the top of your chart with your career, your job, your legacy, your reputation, your responsibilities. Uranus is here in the sign of Gemini that's saying, use science, use technology, use AI. How do I incorporate new in order to build something that is sustainable? How do I, Dana, how is this going to change your job? Is this going to say, I need to come up with something that is sustainable, or is my job going to be outsourced, or how can I take my career to the next level with either science or technology? It brings great ideas, and it also brings freedom and liberation. So if you do not enjoy your job, Uranus is going to be here over the next 7.5 to 8 years, and it's going to totally revamp what you are doing now. Like, whatever you're doing now will not be the same in 8 years. And it first starts with email, phone, text, technology, computers, a flood of information, because it's in the sign of Gemini. It's so much information and data coming in. It's not being able to decipher what is fact and what is not, and having to really work through that. And these 3 areas of your life are working together. They're then going to slowly go retrograde, September, October, November, and this will be a time of integrating, because these two, they're going to dip into your partnership sector. And it's, who do I really want to take with me? What does this partnership look like? Does this look like a business contract? Does this look like a prenup? What does this look like? It also looks like health and healing through transformation of like healing generational trauma. Now, I'm going to add one more thing in here. Mercury. Mercury is your chart ruler. It rules over who you are, your identity, who you show the world, your business card, your website, your everything that's about you, your habits, and your career, your job, your reputation. Knowing that Mercury is in the house of the hidden, it's imposter syndrome. It is you saying, what am I going to change about myself? What do I need to rethink about, revise, review, and about your career, your job? This could be contracts, negotiations, people that you're working with, authority figures, or it could be a delay in a reward or something positive that comes to you. But Mercury, in the sign of Leo, it goes back and says, what do I need to get rid of within myself? What fears do I need to release myself from? These self-imposed, or what things that other people have told you, like trauma that's been passed down. The 12th house is the house of self-isolation. When Mercury is retrograde for those few weeks, definitely take time out for yoga, meditation, journal, pay attention to your dreams, getting these downloads. This is going to be an opportunity to say self-care is a priority. It's not just it's not something that is it's a have to, not a want. It's a need. And for you, it's very important for you to follow Mercury wherever it is. So Dana, I am really hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right.
Say hi to Stephanie Sosa.
Hey there, Stephanie Sosa. How are you? Long time no see. Glad you made it here on a live. Oh, I'm so glad that you are here. All right. Alrighty. So, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. If you are interested, definitely hop on over to my Patreon. There's a free week membership, and you can sign up for my newsletter, find out about all early offerings, or if you want a private consultation, there's a link down below. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the next 2 weeks and sending you blessings, my friends.